In 2025, a brand called Loop made 206 million USD in revenue, and a whopping 39%, so 80 million of that revenue, got all reinvested into marketing and Facebook ads again. Their main driver for this big success is Facebook ads and their strategy behind that. And to top it off, they did it all while selling earplugs, a product that has been around for decades. So you can really see here it all comes down to marketing a product really well. Now they have all the success by following a very simple strategy, building an awareness funnel. This is also exactly what I recommend in terms of creative strategy all the time to brands, and this is also how I scale brands to 7 and 8 figures with performances like these. Now in this video I will break down their exact creative strategy, how to build an awareness funnel and what it can do for your brand if you do it. Now first of all, to understand how to build an awareness funnel, we need to understand what awareness levels are. Your customers are basically in 5 different awareness levels, from not even understanding that they have a problem to knowing your brand, wanting your product and just waiting for an offer to buy your product and everything in between. Now the most unsophisticated brands would just do some marketing, look at their competitors, kind of copy their ads and not even exactly know what awareness levels are. Whereas more seasoned marketers would know, okay, we have this and this persona, they are in this and this awareness level, let's say solution aware and product aware, and craft specifically ads for those awareness levels. But now the top brands like Loop, they look at it and they say, okay, well, we have people who are mostly product aware, right? Like earplugs. Wow, everyone knows what that is. But not everyone thinks they have a problem that needs to be solved by earplugs. So they could be even categorized as unaware if those earplugs have a problem that they can solve for the people who are unaware, but people don't realize it and don't really think about it. So what they do is building an awareness funnel. Not just top of funnel to middle of funnel to bottom of funnel, but instead an awareness funnel that gets someone from, hey, I don't have a problem with noise, I don't need those earplugs, to, oh, I really want them, I want to know the cost and I want to get an offer to buy them cheaper. And you can only accomplish this by having ads of all those awareness stages in the funnel, so that someone might watch an unaware ad, then a problem aware ad, then a solution aware, then product aware, and then a most aware ad, and then go and buy. So a funnel that converts people from I don't need earplugs to, hey, I want them, I buy them. So now this is how you build such a funnel. First of all, again, quickly about the awareness stages. So unaware means people don't know they have a problem. So they wouldn't, of course, buy a solution for that. So this is in most cases the biggest market. Most people won't buy a product simply because they don't know they have the problem that the product solves, or they think they don't need it. This is the biggest market, but also the hardest market to sell to. Now, the kind of ads that address this market are usually most scalable, because if you manage to make an ad that gets someone from, oh, I don't need this, to I want this, then you hit the jackpot. Usually these kind of ads are structured as stories, or like secrets, infotainment, something that actually evokes the desire, the thing that the product can help your customer to get that desire fulfilled, or something that educates people on the problem. For example, if someone does not know that like polyester clothing is toxic and bad for your body, then they won't make the effort to buy more expensive clothing that has only natural materials. But if you educate them in an infotainment about that, and then show that, hey, like our, let's say gym wear, because gym wear is mainly plastic, our gym wear has no plastic, no polyester inside, but only natural materials, and it's very healthy for this and this reason. Or rather, if you ignore it, you might get these and these issues. If you make an ad that conveys this in a very good and educational and not annoying way, people will be interested in it and might buy it. Now then we have problem aware ads. And by the way, I will show examples of each awareness stage one by one. Right now I'm just quickly giving an overview. After that I'll show you concrete examples of how to implement that and how Loop is actually implementing that. But now, the problem aware stage. So problem aware means they do understand they have a problem. Let's take again the example of polyester clothing. They know it's not really healthy, but they're like, okay, let's say we sell gym wear. They're like, okay, like anti-sweat materials, they are always plastic, they're always polyester, they don't know the solution. So an ad that focuses on the problem aware stage would focus on the pain points and on the benefits people would get from solving the problem. And it would first of all make sure that people resonate with it, because it focuses on the pain points, but then it actually explains, hey, it is possible to solve this and this is how you can do it. And it shows them possible solutions and positions your product as the solution. And then people want to buy it. So for example, here it could talk about problems people have that wear polyester gym clothing, maybe even just knowing that it's unhealthy, maybe actually having some skin issues, things like that. Now then we have the solution aware stage. Here people are aware that there are solutions. For example, they could just work out shirtless and have cotton pants. Done. Or they could actually go ahead and buy, or they could actually go ahead and buy polyester-free gym clothing. Now the thing is, At the solution aware stage, they know, okay, they need to remove plastic from their workout routine, and they might be able to just do that by just, cutting, like not wearing a top. But this is not necessarily the product that you sell, right? That's nothing to sell. So here you can assume they don't even necessarily are aware that your product exists, and you have to show them that, hey, like, this is how we solve this problem. You intro the product that offers the solution. And usually you would do this while providing a better benefit. So for example, of course, you have the solution of just working out naked. But who wants to work out naked, right? So if we assume we would live in a world where people would just work out naked because they don't want to have their gym clothing, a headline could be, avoid plastic in your clothes without having to work out naked. Now, a bit of a funny and stupid example, but I hope I get the point across. You want to make them understand that, hey, like, there are different solutions, but this is the best solution, and you want to give them a reason why this is the best solution. Now, next up, product aware. They are already aware of your product and also of competitor products that are potentially very similar. So here, if you're one of the first companies selling this product, you could get away with just proof that the product works and people like it. But if you have competitors selling very similar products, then you really want to make them understand why your product is better. You want to take away some limitations of other products that they might have tried and look for a better alternative. Or you just compare it to the generic, the most common product people buy, and make them understand why this product is much better. For example, if we look at Loop again, like, everyone knows earplugs, right? And there are certainly cheaper earplugs than Loops. So their heavy lifting here is to make people understand why their earplugs are much better than any other earplug people could get. And we will see ads that go exactly into that. Now, the most aware stage, people already know all of that, what we've discussed, and they already know your brand, they already know your product, they already know that this is the best way to go ahead for them. They just didn't pull the trigger yet to buy it. So here what helps is very straightforward and very simple, just offers, promos, and pricing. And if you say, hey, 20% off, they wanted to buy it anyway, they're like, oh, nice, this is a good opportunity to buy it. They have the urgency because the offer will be gone soon again, so they just go ahead and buy. But overall, of course, you can imagine that this is like the biggest market, then this is a bit smaller, then this is the smallest market you can advertise to, because of course there will be always way more people that say, no, I don't need this, versus people who say, I know this brand and I want exactly this product and not from any other brand. So in general, if you want to scale, it's really important you focus on these awareness stages. And if you want to scale really hard and really well, you want to focus on all of them, so you build an awareness funnel. And now I will show you a practical example of how you can actually do that, looking at Loop's ads. Alright, so let's take a look at their unaware ads. First of all, the rules for an unaware hook is basically just to hook the correct audience. You don't want to mention the problem because they think they don't have a problem. The only thing you really want to do is evoke curiosity of the right crowd and not the wrong crowd. That's it. And after that, you educate them about the problem and you sell the solution. Let's take a look at an example.
My number one must-have for festival season, Loop Experience earplugs. I have the Tomorrowland edition, which are perfect for any festival. These are made with certified hearing protection and the perfect level of noise reduction, so you'll be able to hear the music, but you can avoid any of that post-show ear ringing. They're also super cute and honestly just look like a fun accessory to my look, which I love. But the best part is these are so comfy. They're made with the ideal earplug shape and interchangeable ear tips to get the perfect fit, so you can dance and groove all night in these and they'll stay put. If you're trying to get ready for festival season and care about your ears in style, just head to loopearplugs.com to shop yours.
So you can see this was actually a very short and aware ad because there was not much education about the problem. There was just the hook that gets in the right crowd with curiosity. In this case, they sell to the persona that go to music festivals. And then they basically said, okay, like, this is the product. Usually this kind of ads are really tricky to master, especially for unaware crowds, because if you just go like, oh no, you have a problem, buy this, most of the times it won't work. But here you can see in this special case it actually does work, because even though they introduce the product immediately, it kind of makes sense because people know like music festivals are super loud, and even if they are kind of unaware of the problem that it's super loud and then after that they can't really hear well and they kind of get hear damage maybe even, it kind of makes sense immediately. And if it doesn't make sense, they're like, oh, what is this? Loop Experience earplugs. And then they watch this and then she basically goes ahead and explains that, hey, like, this is perfect to actually clearly hear the music but without the noise, and then adds more USBs to this and shows how it looks like. So essentially, again, the framework here is hooking the right crowd and then either educating them on the problem, or in this case, because people, even if they're unaware of the problem, they might think like, hey, this actually makes sense. I haven't ever thought about this, but I want this. So in this special case, yeah, there's not really much problem education here in between. They can just kind of jump to the product intro, and here it worked well. But usually it's a bit longer, but this is the framework. Let's take a look at another example.
Have you ever been so obsessed with a piece that you styled an entire outfit around it? Not only are these Loop X Tomorrowland Experience earplugs so stylish, but they protect my ears as well with 17 decibels of noise reduction. Because I don't know about you, but one thing that ruins a concert for me is ringing ears. So I want to feel cute and protected. And your girl loves to dance, so I'm wearing an outfit that allows me to move. Plus, Loop earplugs come with interchangeable ear tip sizes for the perfect fit. So these will be staying in place all night long. What do we think of this look? Honestly, it's just the perfect addition to the outfit. Shop this new collab at Loop Earplugs.
So you can see here also, they kind of sell to an audience that did not have a problem. But then she goes ahead and mentions that, hey, if you want to style your entire outfit around one piece, this is a product, and the piece is of course something people want to wear when they go to such music festivals, because this is the crowd that has the problem even if they're not aware of it. Then get this earplugs as well, because you can style them with all outfits. And again, here we have the product introduction within the first 4 seconds, which if you have a more complicated product or a more complicated problem, you never do, because it takes more time to explain it. But here again, it makes sense, because even if people don't understand yet why they should get this, now the curiosity is kind of, okay, what is this and why should I get this to Tomorrowland or to any music festival they go? So this is a rare case where the product actually retains with curiosity. Now here's an example for a completely different persona, but again unaware, where they just call out the right persona with curiosity, and then they make them aware of the problem, and then they sell the solution.
Working in a restaurant means there's never a dull moment.
And if you have ADHD like me, focusing can be a real challenge.
I started using Loop Engage earplugs to help me stop feeling overstimulated at work.
They really help by tuning out the unnecessary noise, but I can still hear everything that's important.
My friends at work even started wearing them too.
With all the noise reduced, work actually feels less stressful.
Since I've started wearing Loop earplugs to work, I haven't had any more mix-ups like forgetting to punch in someone's drink.
So obviously my manager loves them too. So if your workplace is noisy, think about what tuning out the right amount of that noise could do for your team's focus and stress levels.
So you can see here again, calling out the right crowd, then educating them on the problem, or like kind of implying that, hey, maybe this is unpleasant, and people actually resonate with it and notice, oh yeah, I just haven't been really thinking about it. And then they introduce the product that solves it. Now here in comparison, an ad that focuses on a problem-aware audience. And you can see the hook immediately calls out the problem, not just the right crowd.
If you spend time around loud music and loud sounds, you're gonna need these.
So you can see the hook is actually even pretty generic. It's just calling out people who are in loud environments, wherever that is. But they are aware of the problem, so that all unifies them. And this is why you can just make an ad about resolving those loud environments for whoever it might be.
Sound to be obnoxiously loud at most concerts and clubs. Loop earplugs allow me to enjoy the music and experience without dealing with the ear fatigue after. Even when I'm on the road and traveling, they help tone down the noise and bring me some peace. They're discreet and super easy to use, and that's why my Loop earplugs go with me everywhere.
So you can see, really straightforward. Let's take a look at another example. So this is a super short video and not the typical UGC framework, but you can probably already see why this works so well. We have, again, a hook that calls out the problem directly. This is what unifies the crowd and targets them, can fight your focus with all the noises around. And then the concept is just basically amplifying everyday noises, which we kind of don't pay much attention to, but it does take away focus, and it is actually annoying and increases stress levels, and goes like, well, just eliminate those by using these. Here also a very straightforward one. It's not even a video, but like more of a GIF. Problem, solution. Very straightforward. And then the curiosity gap from here to the landing page is people want to find out, okay, why is this a solution? What does that do? What is special about this? They click on it. Done. From there, the landing page or the product page takes the job of converting them. Next up, solution aware ads. So here people are already aware of the solution, reducing noise. That can be done either by changing the environment or using something to block your ears or using other earplugs, of course. And this is an ad that focuses exactly on that, because here people are already aware of earplugs. Now, little disclaimer here, the solution aware and product aware level kind of get mixed a bit here, of course, because everyone is aware of earplugs. So if someone is aware of solutions, most people will not only think about changing the environment, but also actually thinking about using some earplugs. So here it's kind of mixed already. You could also say this ad is kind of product aware, but here you go, that's the ad.
3 things I wish I knew before I started wearing earplugs. The first is that the earplugs you use actually matter. Unlike ineffective foamies, these Loop Experience earplugs are super effective and provide up to 17 decibels of noise reduction. Second, earplugs don't have to be uncomfortable. Yes, foamies are bulky and easily fall out, but these Loop Experience earplugs are compact, plus they have these interchangeable ear tip sizes for all-day comfort for most ear sizes. And lastly, protecting your hearing can be so cute. These are basically an accessory to any outfit. Just look how cute they are. If you like to live loud, protect your hearing with Loop Experience earplugs at loopearplugs.com.
So here you can see it basically points out why this is the best solution / the best product. And this is exactly what you need to do for solution aware or product aware people, because otherwise they would just go and buy a different solution or buy from a competitor of yours. So here another example, and this one is a very interesting angle because it focuses on the solution aware / or actually already product aware audience, simply because there are not that many alternative solutions other than just going into a less loud environment or just using like active noise cancelling AirPods or something like that. Interestingly, they don't really compare it to Apple, but because people are aware of all the possible solutions and they are not really unaware of this specific product earplugs, they just go ahead and talk about earplugs directly as the solution, as the best solution. And here they address people who are aware of that, of the solution of earplugs, but they think it's not right for them. And of course, there are also lots of people like that. They know that your solution exists, but they think, no, I don't really like it. It's not really for me. Maybe they even tried something similar and didn't really like it. And this ad addresses exactly that.
If you don't think earplugs are right for you, think again. If you told me a couple weeks ago that I would be wearing earplugs every single day to work, I'd think you're crazy. But past me didn't know about Loop. These are the Engage earplugs. I am someone who was always distracted by background noise, but when I found Loop, I never looked back. I am able to stay focused since these filter up to 16 decibels of noise, so I still sound natural, but way more focused. There are even 4 ear tip sizes to fit perfectly and never budge. My productivity has seriously reached a new level. You might be like me and you don't even realize the difference earplugs could make for you until you try them out, which is why you have to run to loopearplugs.com. Trust me.
So after watching this, I hope it makes a lot of sense. They basically target people who know the solution but who didn't think that this solution is right for them. And they just nudge them to try it. Now here's some examples for product aware ads. Of course, we already saw ads that compare Loop to other earplugs. So this is also kind of product aware already, but I already explained why this is the case for this brand. Now here they take another product aware angle where of course everyone knows earplugs, but this one says that loops are the best indirectly without really saying it, without really comparing it to competition. You don't always need to compare, but instead they just do it solely over social proof and how much everyone loves them. And this is also a perfect way to say, hey, like this is actually the best product if you want earplugs. That's it, very simple. The social proof alone makes people think, okay, this is the best kind of earplug they can get. Very simple. Here's another one, very native organic format, but talking about what to expect from Loop Quiet Plus earplugs. So here again, people are aware of earplugs, but now they actually stress that it's Loop Quiet Plus earplugs. And just the name evokes the curiosity and makes people think, okay, what is this name? What is special about these earplugs? And they watch the video. And the video gives them lots of reasons why these are actually better than other earplugs. And this is what convinces people to buy.
What to expect from Loop Quiet Plus earplugs. More noise reduction, more comfort, and more focus. With a newly designed double tip ear tip, these provide next level noise reduction so you can really get in your bubble anywhere. Especially with the soft touch flexible silicone and re-engineered shape, making them more comfortable than ever. They're reusable, easy to clean, and fit perfectly. So whether I'm working from home, trying to focus at a coffee shop, or reading a book in a noisy environment, these help me stay relaxed and way less stimulated. Get the latest and greatest new drop from Loop earplugs now at loopearplugs.com.
Very easy framework, you can replicate it easily for your brand. And now, lastly, here are the most aware ads. Again, this one's very straightforward. This is just in. Loop Engage 2 earplugs just dropped, and maybe they've already purchased the previous version and now this is the new version. And then here's the offer, try with 100-day free returns. So if you don't like it, you can send it back. There's not really a risk of getting it. You can just get it, try it, and then send back. And this is a really good offer for people, because if they already have the previous one, or if they are already looking to buy Loop earplugs and now they say, hey, you can just test it basically without any risk and you'll get all your money back if you don't like it, why not test it? So people go ahead and test it. And the video basically just shows different colors, which is also a good USP, because most generic earplugs have just 1 or 2 colors. Here another example. Here we actually have no text hook and just a visual hook, and it already says the brand name. So of course this wouldn't work for any unaware or problem-aware person, because they would be like, what is this, boring, they scroll. But if you already have someone who wants to buy them, then this makes a lot of sense, because this just increases the desire. This is just a showcase video of how it looks like when you already have it, basically the desired state, because these most aware people, they want to have the product, and this is showing them how it feels to have the product. And as always, of course, the offer which should never be missing on most aware ads: try them risk-free with 100 days free returns. So if you've been already looking to get some, no reason to not get it. Very simple. And now if you follow this exact same structure and build this awareness funnel, you can see that no matter where a person is in between, hey, I don't need this, or I just want to get them cheaper or risk-free, this would get anyone from anywhere to being a customer. And this is the exact same strategy I implement for brands to scale them a lot very fast. If you're looking to scale to multi-7 or multi-8 figures, I'm happy to help you with that. Click the first link in the description, and there you can schedule a free call with me discussing how it would look like and how I can help you achieve your goals. Keep scaling,